بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Welcome to Ibrahim Al-Yafi'i, Hanin Tariq, Abdullah Basyuni. I hope you can hear me and you can see the slide as well. Please, if you can hear me and you can see the slide, please type number 1. Okay, thank you, Hanin. What about you, Ibrahim Abdullah? Great, thank you, Abdullah. Thank you, Hanin. Hope everything is going well over there. What about you, Ibrahim Al-Yafi'i? Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we ask Him to guide us to right path. Today, we will talk about a grammar class. We'll talk about the past perfect and the past perfect progressive and the form of both tenses. This lesson has been prepared by Mr. Turki Al-Fifi. Abdullah Shahrani will be your teacher for this class. Feel free to participate and to share any ideas that you misunderstood the rule here, okay? So feel free. This is a great opportunity to you all to practice your English. Tell your friends and family members about it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's start. The main goals for this class. Number 1. Pupils be able to distinguish past perfect with the past perfect progressive. This is number 1. Hanin, you wanted to read? Would you like to read? Okay, Hanin, the mic is yours now. From the beginning.
Okay. Pupils be able to distinguish past perfect with past perfect progressive. Second, pupils be able to overcome misunderstanding regarding the use of these tenses. Third, pupils be able to use the appropriate time expressions with their ideas.
Good job, Hanin. Thank you so much. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ibrahim Al-Yafi'i. I hope you can hear me and you can see the slide as well. So, no, you are not on time. Am I late? Okay, am I? This is the question that you have to start with. Am I late? You can say this question. Am I late? Very good. Okay, thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Abdullah Basyuni, for supporting our sister Hanin. She is always at the top of this class. May Allah protect you all. So the first one is pupils be able to distinguish past perfect with the past perfect progressive. So we will talk about two things now. And also during this class, inshallah, the students will be able to overcome misunderstanding regarding the use of these tenses. And the last one, the pupils be able to use the appropriate time expressions with their ideas. Here are the main goals for this class. Now we'll move to the introduction. Now we'll talk about the form of the past perfect. So we'll try to write here the word form. So this is the form for the past perfect and also for the present perfect progressive. So the form for the past perfect is had plus done, watched, rang, which is the verb 3. This is the past participle. We call it the past participle. Past participle. We call it the past participle. Here, let us write the form here. So here is, this is the form for the past perfect. The past perfect, they start with had plus the past participle. The past participle in these verbs, so done, watched, and rang. The idea is if the verb is regular, we just add ed for the verb 2 or the verb 3. but for the irregular verbs we have to memorize it. So had plus the past participle, we use it with the past perfect. But with the past perfect progressive, what is the meaning of something progressive? Anyone can give me an idea or a closest meaning to the word progressive? What is progressive? Continuous. Thank you, Ibrahim. So there is something we have to add. Do you still remember? Continuous. Great. Thank you, Abdullah Bassioni. But what should we add to the continuous? Allah, you are doing great. Thank you, Hanin. Thank you, Hanin. Thank you, Abdullah Ibrahim. ing. So we have to add an ing. We have to add an ing. So the form is had plus been plus the present participle or the verbs with an ing. Do, doing, watch, watching, ring, ringing. So this is the form of the present perfect. Just we are going to describe now or to explain to you, brothers and sisters, about the form, just the form. Then we will talk about the use of the present, the past perfect and the past perfect progressive. So the form is had plus been plus the verb plus an ing. Now we have two columns of questions, of examples. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first one is I had worked. I had worked. So work is the verb and we just add an ed because of had. So this is a past perfect. This is a past perfect. We write here past perfect. We write here past perfect. Here we will write, yeah, this is past, not present. Past progressive. We will write the word here, the past progressive. Yes, Ibrahim, past participle, the work, do you mean for the verbs? Work is a regular verb. Work is the present or the base form. Worked is the second form. And the third, which is the past participle, worked. AD. That will be cool. Thank you. Awesome, Ibrahim. Good job, Ibrahim. Great. So I had worked. He had slept. He had slept. What is the base form for the word slept? Can you try? Sleep, Hanin Tariq. Wallah, you're doing great. Good job. Thank you, Hanin Tariq. Thank you, Ibrahim. So sleep is, both of you are okay. Sleep is the base form. So what about the past progressive? We just talk about it. She is really fast. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. We have to say MashaAllah. Okay, had been plus work and ing. Had been plus work and ing. So had, this is the form for the present, for the past progressive, had been, and the verb we should add ing. Had been, and the form, the verb here sleep, we just add an ing. Had been work, this is the verb, we just add an ing. Sleep, and this is an ing. Let's now move to this example. Who can read this example to us, please? Can you try, Abdullah, Ibrahim, Hanin? Anyone can try to read? Okay, Hanin, mic is yours now. No mic, Ibrahim. Ibrahim, please try to bring a mic with you, inshallah, next classes, okay? So it's gonna be a great chance for you to practice your English. Feel free. No worries. I don't have micro. You mean mic. Abdullah, no. RO, you mean microphone. But I think the abbreviation for the word is, which I know, mic or mic. But micro, I'm gonna check it, then come back inshallah to you. next class. Okay, Hanin, now the mic is yours.
I had lived in Saudi Arabia before I came to USA.
Thank you, Hanin. Thank you, Hanin Tariq. So I had lived in Saudi Arabia before I came to United States. Thank you, Abdullah, for supporting our sister Hanin. So I had lived in Saudi Arabia before I came to the United States. So had lived here, two actions or two events, and one comes before another in the past. So we are talking about two actions in the past. Two actions or two events in the past, and one comes before another. Had lived is the first. Sorry, let's try to write number one. Had lived is the first. Came is the second. So we are going to talk about the past perfect now. The form is had lived. Lived is the past participle of the verb live. I have lived in Saudi Arabia before I came to the United States. So the past perfect is had lived, and I came is the past simple. I came is the past simple. So two actions we have in this sentence, two actions, but this one comes first. This one comes first. So we call it super past, and this is the last action. I hope it's clear for you, Hanin, Abdullah, Ibrahim. So the past perfect we are talk about, yes, we talked about two actions in the past, but this one comes first, which is the past perfect, had lived, and came is the past simple, is the past simple. Now we talked about, we moved to the past perfect progressive. Thank you, Ibrahim. Hopefully, inshallah, everything will be clear. Now we talk about the past perfect progressive. It's the same, and sometimes it's rare to find some people using like the past perfect or the past perfect progressive, but some people prefer, it's your favorite. What do you want to use? It's up to you, but some of the people, they use just the past simple, and you may find people use the past perfect simple and others with the past perfect progressive. So this is the form now. Had been living. We talked about the past perfect progressive. I had been living in the United States since 2010 before I came to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So here had been living. So this is the past perfect progressive. This is also the form we just mentioned it. Had been, and the verb live, we add an ing. And here we have the time expression used here with since. So 2010, living in the United States of America, came to KSA, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and this is the now. So this is an example of using a past perfect progressive. I had been living in USA since 2010 before I came to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Okay, now the uses of the past perfect simple. Just Hanin, she had the mic, so would you mind, Hanin, to read this lines or these lines, please? Is it okay with you? Okay, that's so nice of you, Hanin.
To describe an action which was completed before a specific point of time in the past. My mom had done the washing up by midnight.
Thank you so much, Hanin. Good job. You're doing great, Hanin. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hanin. To describe, so this is the first use. Thank you, Hanin. You deserve this star. More than that, okay. So to describe an action which was completed before a specific point of the time in the past. So my mom is the subject here. Had, if you look at the had here, and done, had done. This is past, perfect past. Perfect. So my mom had done the washing up by midnight. More examples. We move now to more examples. So the first use of the past perfect symbol is to describe an action or event which was completed before a specific point of the time in the past. So imagine that you have two times an action. The one which comes first is the past perfect. Let's move now to another one. Could you try, Hanin, to read it again? Okay, thank you, Hanin.
To describe an action what was completed before another action in the past, the second action is in the past simple. The lecture had already started when we got to the university.
Thank you so much. You are doing great. I'm so proud to have you in my classes. That's so nice of you, Hanin. And I hope, inshallah, next time Ibrahim will bring his mic. This is a good opportunity for you, brother Ibrahim. Okay, thank you, Hanin. To describe action, an action that was completed before another action in the past, I want to show up. Okay, Ibrahim. Okay, Ibrahim. The second action is in the past simple. So we have two actions. We have two actions, as I said before. The one which comes first is the past perfect. So had started, had already started. This is the past perfect. And the second action is the past simple. And here, when we got, this is the, so here is the past, number one, and here is the past simple. So, as we said again, to describe an action that was completed before another action in the past, the second action is in the past simple. So this comes first, and this is the second. Now time expressions come with past perfect. So you will find all of these expressions come with the past perfect. Already, ever, never, just, when, by, the time, after, by, and before, etc. So all these expressions come with the past perfect. Already, ever, never, just, when, and by the time, after, by, and before, and etc. When you saw all these expressions, immediately think of the past perfect. More examples of time expressions with the past perfect. Can you try, Hanin Ibrahim, give me an example using a past perfect? I mean, like for example here, I had already. Can you try, Hanin and Ibrahim? I need just two examples. I think Hanin is trying to type on the chat screen. And Ibrahim is thinking of. I'm going to help you with the first question, first sentence. I don't get it. You didn't get what? Using expressions. I had already started my class before my brother. Okay. So yeah, I want an example using. My teacher had been checking my exam answers. Yes, he does. Okay, great, Hanin, but you use your examples about using the present perfect progressive. I want it in the past. Okay? Ibrahim, I need just example, another example. Our sister Hanin, she mentioned my teacher had been checking. This is a past perfect progressive. I need had the plus verb 3, the past participle. Okay? So I had already started my class before my brother came to visit me or to visit us in the house. My dad had bought a new car. Wallah, you're doing great, honey. Good job. When I went home, Ahmed had already gone. Wallah, you are doing great, Ibrahim. That's so nice of you, guys. Yes. So also in the past perfect we can revise. Okay, that's so nice, Ibrahim and Haneen. So it's clear for you now. So okay, great. Thank you. Let's write this one. My dad had bought a new car. This is basically the past perfect. The past perfect. Great. Thank you, Haneen. And Ibrahim Al-Yafi as well. You are doing great. Okay, now the uses of the past perfect progressive. It's your turn, Haneen. You want to read, Haneen? Would you like to read? When you feed up, just say, I'm sorry, okay? Haneen, now is yours. The mic is yours.
To emphasize the duration of an action that was in progress before another action or a specific point of time in the past. He had been living in Egypt for 15 years when he moved to Saudi Arabia.
Awesome, Haneen. Good job. Your English sounds terrific. Thank you so much. Wallah, you are doing great. Thank you, Haneen. Thank you, Ibrahim, for supporting our sister, Haneen. So to emphasize the duration of an action that was in progressive before another action or a specific point of time in the past. It's the same thing, but here we just add the present perfect progressive or the present participle add ing. This is the form. Had. Oh, sorry. So just it's had been living. This is the form of the present. The past perfect progressive. This is the form. Had been living. He had been living in Egypt for 15 years when he moved to Saudi Arabia. And here moved is, or he moved, this is the past symbol. He moved to Saudi Arabia. This is the past symbol. So to emphasize that duration of an action, so there is a duration of action which is 15 years that was in progress before another action or a specific point of the time in the past. So he had been living in Egypt for 15 years when he moved to Saudi Arabia. More examples. Also to refer to an action whose duration caused visible results at a later point of time in the past. So they were tired because they had been cleaning the house all day. So here we started with the past symbol, were tried, and here they had been cleaning. This is the past progressive. So here we have another use to refer to an action whose duration caused visible results at a later point of time in the past. We were tired because we had been cleaning the house all the day. So this is the result. The result of cleaning the house, we were tired. So this is a result. Can I have more examples of expression in the past perfect progressive? Can you give me, I need an example. Haneen and Ibrahim. Allahu Akbar. Can you try give me an example? Have been plus verb plus ing. Have been working, have been I have been, had been, sorry, yes, had been. I had been playing football then before I went to bed. Well, you are doing great. They woke up late because they had been studying all night, okay? Haneen, because this is the correct word, because had been studying and studying. This is okay, because, okay, no, not Ibrahim, yes, A, B-E-C-O, no, B-E-C-A-U-S-A, because, I just wrote it, because studying. So I had been, like for example, I had been, let me write this one, I had been living in, let's say, Saudi Arabia before I came to Dubai. This is an example. I had been living in Saudi Arabia before I came to Dubai. So here is had been living. This is the past perfect, the progressive, and I came. This is the past simple. Okay, thank you all. Now we will try to answer this question. Oh, sorry. Something, okay. I had been watching TV before I slept. Okay, good. I had been watching. There is a spelling, but I'm gonna try to write it here. I had been watching TV before I slept. Well, you are doing correct, Haneen. I had been watching TV before I slept. Watching. Ibrahim slept. Haneen. Correct, Haneen. Thanks. You are welcome. Okay. Thank you so much for supporting each other. We are a team here, and we try to achieve our goal to understand and learn from others. Okay, this is the two examples for I had been watching TV before I slept. Let's do the exercise. We have 3 minutes before ending this class. So write the correct answer. My classmates and I have a wonderful winter holiday last year. Had. Wallahi, you are doing great, Ibrahim. Thank you so much. This is had. What about number 2? Thank you, Haneen and Ibrahim. Doing great. Number 2, we study really. We had what? We had studied. Okay, great, Haneen. Ibrahim, we had studied. This is the correct spelling. Thank you, Ibrahim. What about if we put the past perfect progressive? We saw we saw the answers. Okay, so we had been studying. ING. Had been studying. Number 3, past perfect. Number 3, the parents of one of my classmates open a travel agency 2 months earlier. Had opened. Thank you, Ibrahim Al-Yafi. Good job. Okay, had opened. Thank you. Number 4, it snowed non-stop for the past week. It had been snowing. It had been snowing, Haneen. Number 4, thank you, Haneen. Thank you, Ibrahim. Great, good job, brothers and sisters. Yes. And the last one, could you try until I... Okay, number 4 is the sun already started to set when Sammy finally exited the cave. Started, had already started, Haneen, had already started, Ibrahim. This is the correct one. Thank you all. Had already started. The sun had already started to set when Sam finally exited the cave. And here is here we have the answers. Number 1, had. Number 2, had been studying. Number 3, had opened. Number 4, had been snowing. And the last one, had already started. We come to the conclusion. For this class, build the structure of the past perfect and the past perfect passive. This is the structure. And we talked also about the uses, the form or uses of these two tenses, and the time expressions used with these tenses. Thank you all for participating, and I hope you get benefit from what we have just explained. If you have any questions, any thoughts, feel free to ask. Rahim and Haneen. Wallahi, we have to leave now. We just reach the end of the class. If you have any questions, you are welcome. Few minutes now. Thank you so much, Haneen. Thank you so much, Ibrahim Al-Yafi. This is a great opportunity to all to practice your English. Feel free to participate and tell your friends, family members about it. And for now, I wish you a terrific night. Have a good night, and see you inshallah next classes as usual. 4:30 or 4:15 is gonna be our classes. See you then. في أمان الله.